I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
If I didn't know better, I'd say Emmett Silk is enjoying himself. Not that he'd ever disdain to admit it. Look, Vamron, look how well the Chitaris flies. It's flying. It's really flying. As if it were born to do so. Thank goodness. Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Silk notices you and begins to descend with the Chitaris. Then we'll call that thing every name except its real one. Hey, baby girl. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Chitaris has learned to fly. And Vamron and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you'll need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Chartaris flies. Indeed, with this, we've proven that even a creature with a skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Yeah, Curly left early to go out of town, so I was like, oh, well, starting early. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Chitara is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in the fashion if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way, we could guarantee the abnormalities such as this specimens are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Hermes? I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Agnoris for now. biscuits are getting kind of deep, baby cat. I love this mount so much. Although creations are happy, that makes me happy too. Now you've seen what I do. Was it everything you were expecting? I thoroughly enjoyed myself. At the end most of all. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Tell me, Vamron, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Damnness, you say? Curious that such a obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Ilcon. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby occupant, slaughtering it. Was the creature hungry, or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the Opukets were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Acus that is to blame. Their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I've no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doors will revert them all once the paperwork is in. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doris is still there, however. Hermes, wait! If this is the part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. Sharp 8. Wow. Oh, look at all this gear from an alt. It's heavy. Hermes' pain. The Operator is no easy prey, with its hooves and horn. It was designed to be formidable even on land. Yet they didn't stand a chance against that Ikion. A fearsome beast, this Ikion. But where is it now? The laceration and the burns are unmistakable. A Ikion was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doors must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emmett Selk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure that Ikion did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Vamron. Come. It's down this path and over the bridge. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doris. Let's look for Doris too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. But first, we're going to touch this. No, we are. Blonde-haired man. Doris. That's Doris. Well now, if it isn't Mitten, what brings you here? You know you're not a light cat. Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doris. Thank you. You're in charge of the Akias, I believe. Where are they now? Out on the field, in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Kittis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them revert it without delay. It is as he says. The beasts are indeed quite furious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you are. We've heard the news that an Inca slaughtered occupants. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released. I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lycanthropes would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimen observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. I've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tenacities. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase our altered memories. that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous, depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions. Professor may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values with prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate the subject memory is an intrusive act I deeply ardor. But it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief. Let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinction concerns you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kyros, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things. I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat onto the world. Yet, insufficient though their individual lives may be next to all of creation, it is all the lichens have. Before we seal their fate, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that EmmettSelt may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. We have a duty to the star. This I know, but it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled, like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Mitten, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Vamron. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Mitten in your care again? I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Can you help me with something, Vamron? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creation in Eblis. Most creations are expected to be interesting, are beautiful, are strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start there, at the 12 Wonders. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hand adorn the tree. Ooh, so big and bright. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine though. Let's keep looking. Familiar plant. Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is memorizing in its undulation. Oh, a conian, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Vamron, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. You find nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Ah! Over there, Vamron. Something big. Huge. A terrible stench, reminiscent of sodden old boots, pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you. It's an Endis. The thing around its mouth looks like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Vamron? Would he like it? It's probably not the good sort of memory. So, not this one either. Finding a good flower is harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Vamron, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there? I'll pick something after that. I promise. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Ah, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there. What could it be? Ooh, Elpsis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're intellectuals. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes though. For others, they're always white and bright. Truly, the flower was dark in your home. Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion? I dare say I have a few. You don't have to say it. I can feel it's something you want to hide. But won't you lend it to me? The darkness inside you. I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in dark places since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too. Truly, you'll do it. Sure, I need to tap into the little bit of mental trauma that I've suffered over the years. Yeah, I can do that. No problem, kid. Thank you, Vamron. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Alright, I feel like this is going to be a cutscene, so I'll be right back. There's a spit. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they finish.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Salk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteion has shared much with you. May we talk a moment? I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Oh, I could tell you all about suffering. No, I'll be optimistic for him.
To so willingly lend an ear to ease my burden, you are a strange one. The stars in the heavens, know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives,